Hi everyone. It's been a while since I have done a video on here, and that is because I have been in quite a bit of pain. And right now I am in South Texas. I came down here for the winter. I have enormous pain in cold weather. So I come down here to try to be in the warmer weather, but even so, it's been cold for the first couple of months, so I've been struggling. Let me know if the cold affects your pain. It affects my joints, it affects my back especially. And right now, I have this behind me, which is that acupressure pillow because it hurts just to sit here today. And I've had a bunch of issues with lower back pain. So, some of the things that I try, and I have a slew of things that I try because I want to feel better. So, I have a bag of tricks that just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I just keep trying them until something gives me relief. So, this week I did get my yoga mat out and my block, and I went over and did a few of the poses that I can do to try to release some of the pinching in my back. It did make me sore the next day, but it did make it where I could walk better. So I'm going to show you a few of those poses that I do. My daughter is a yoga teacher and she is certified. I have a lot of numbness in my lower left leg, and after I had the epidural where he punctured my spinal cord, my lower left leg from the knee down never woke up. And so some days I have a lot more problems with that leg and that foot than normal. And I've been having a lot of problems when I sit, of it even getting more numb than I thought it could be, where it just tingles and feels like pins and needles. It feels like it's either gotten too cold, like you have frostbite, or it feels like it is trying to wake up and it can't. So I do this toe threading that my daughter showed me. It is something that's supposed to help your balance and your circulation. She said that people were never really meant to wear shoes, and this helps get your toes back into position to help with your balance. And I do have poor balance, so I do this regularly, and I do feel like that it helps. I know that you're seeing a brace on my left wrist, and this I injured when we owned our own business, and I had torn a ligament in there in my wrist, and the doctor said that he wasn't able to repair it. If he did, I would never be able to bend my wrist again. So I chose not to have surgery at the time. There's days it gives me a lot of pain, and it's really hard sometimes for me to do these yoga exercises because if I have to lean on my wrist, it really hurts. Plus, I have terrible arthritis in my hands and in my thumbs. So, on days that I do this, especially, I will wear that brace. I get really frustrated because I've spent most of my life being extremely thin, and this back injury has really affected the shape of my body, and I get really frustrated with that. I'm starting to get a pooch around my stomach, and I think it's because my back muscles are so weak. It's hard for me to stand up straight, it's hard for me to sit up straight, and so I do little exercises just sitting in my lawn chair for about 30 seconds at a time, forcing my lower back to sit up straight. Sometimes it will cause cramping and pain, but I have been working at trying to strengthen my lower back. Let me know if this is something that you deal with as well. These yoga poses that I'm doing are the elementary yoga when you're first starting out, and there are some days that I can't even do some of these because my balance is poor. I also had a private yoga instructor tell me, because of my neck pain, to use a block and to hold it against the wall and try to hold my head against it, because just your head being out of position can add a lot of extra weight on it. And I had my neck broken in 3 places when I was 17, when my dad was driving and we were rear-ended. So I do have a lot of neck pain as well. It's so interesting when you do this block against the wall head pose that when you get done, it feels like your head is so much lighter, and sometimes it will even make you feel a little dizzy. Here is the threading of the toes that I was telling you about. You just put your fingers in between the toes and you hold it there for a little while. And I do this on both feet, even though my right leg has more feeling than the left. The right leg also is desensitized. So I am definitely not an expert of any sort. So I'm just showing you the things that I'm able to do and the things that I do to try to help manage my pain. I want for this channel to be a support system for one another and to share ideas. Pain is a part of my everyday life. Some days are way worse than others. Some parts of days are way worse than others, but I have pain every single day. So some of the things that I also use are like a throw pillow behind my back sometimes when I don't feel like I want to have the pokey part. The pokey part does help because it sends pain signals in a different way and kind of confuses the pain that you're having on the nerve endings. And sometimes it can change the sensations that you're feeling. I use it a lot when I drive. Also, a neck pillow sometimes when I sleep is good, and I forgot to bring it with me when I came down here. One of those curved neck pillows, but I do have one at home, and it is going on my list to bring it with me next year. Also, a lot of people like to use a body pillow. Sometimes I use just an extra firm pillow to put one leg over or to put between my knees when I'm laying on my side, because sometimes just the weight of my legs being on top of each other will cause strain to my back. And another thing, in shoes, good shoes are so worth investing in. Something with a good support or good arch is really important for me because I have been diagnosed with plantar fasciitis, and that is a lot of times caused from your arch dropping in your foot from wearing flat shoes. And so I have shoes with a good arch, and that toe threading is also supposed to help with pain like that. I also do heel raises against a counter. I balance myself and raise my heels about 20 times each to try to strengthen the arch in my foot. I have found if your shoes are bad or your feet have fallen and your arches are bad, it will hurt your back as well. So those are some of the other things that I do on a regular basis that I have in my bag of tricks. If you have some, please share them with us in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. You giving me a like if this video has helped you in any way, and I hope to see you in the next video.